I'm Thiersch, Jefferson County. I want to continue my discussion of the meeting that was held here on August 18th regarding the subject of electronic records for the county. One of the things that came up during that presentation, during which there was no opportunity for public input, was this more than 6-minute discussion of the topic of public access to electronic records. And the discussion that took place demonstrated how completely off topic that whole meeting had become. Think of it this way. If you have documents that are stored electronically in the county, as opposed to being on paper, it doesn't matter one iota what the line speed of a person at home is, if they're using dial-up, if they're using DSL, if they're using a cable, it doesn't matter, because they're not accessing those documents electronically necessarily. Today, if somebody wants to access a public document, they have to come to the courthouse or go to the office where that document is stored, or they can send in a request by mail and get the document by mail. There is absolutely no difference if you store those same documents electronically. The public, who may not have access to the internet, still has access to the documents in exactly the same way. They come to an office, they say, I want a copy of this document. Instead of going to a filing cabinet, which may or may not be handy, might have to go to the archives to dig it out, the clerk or whoever is asked for that document simply goes to the electronic version and prints it out. It costs less to print a document from an online source than it does to make a copy on a Xerox machine, by the way. It costs a lot less. So there is absolutely no difference in the public's accessibility to documents if they're stored electronically. Now, those people who do have internet access and choose to access the electronic records, they're just that much further ahead. It's greener because they don't have to send something in the mail and have something sent back to them. They can simply access the information they want electronically. And you know, I lived here for 6 years at least before I had DSL, and I was still able to access everything just fine on a dial-up line. Yeah, it was slow, but you know what? It was a whole heck of a lot better than traveling to where the documents were stored. Now, if you live in this county on the west end, you're really at a disadvantage in that respect. Putting things online, putting them in electronic format is going to be a more egalitarian measure. It's going to equalize the access to all residents of the county, and that's something that you also need to keep in mind. So, I'm caught up, but I'm not done. See you next week.
Thanks, Tom.